It's rookie camp season, and today we're going to take a look at the Buffalo Bills and get our first glimpse of Keon Coleman. We're going to see him run some routes, catch some balls, work through some drills. We're going to see these clips from today's rookie camp. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're covering the clips from all the rookie camps all weekend on. And going forward, whatever I find, I will share. So click that button. Stop missing out on your favorite rookies. We'll do training camp and mini camp as well. But today, we're taking a look at Keon Coleman. And like always, we'll run through the clips once and then we'll talk ball on Keon Coleman, the Buffalo Bills, whatever really comes to mind. But here he is. We're getting loosened up. We're getting the blood flowing. Run some routes, catching some balls. Everything looking easy peasy so far. Looking very fluid out there. Drop that anchor. Make that break. Coach in the way though. Making the grab nonetheless. Boom, boom. Off the release. Ball comes his way. Grabs it, tucks it up, gets downfield. Next might be the same thing, might not. Boom, boom. Catches with his hands, gets downfield. Here we go again. Next clip. Hits him right in the hands, looking solid. You see the length on him too. That number 0. Drops that anchor, gets back to it, comes back towards the ball. Let's talk some ball on Keon Coleman. Let me know if you saw anything in those clips, anything with his footwork or anything like that. But Keon Coleman gone to the Buffalo Bills. We've done a lot of videos on this. But for Keon Coleman going into the NFL draft, I was very opinionated that he needed to go to the right team, be paired with the right quarterback. And I was not moving him up or down my ranks until I saw where he was going to be at. And it happened. He went to the right quarterback. He went to the right team. And the reason why is Josh Allen loves to throw the deep ball. We went over the advanced metrics on that. But Josh Allen, one of the top quarterbacks in the league, at throwing it downfield in volume and in efficiency. And then you got Keon Coleman with a steady average depth of target coming out of college. Big play wide receiver, good at the catch point. Different compared to a lot of wide receivers you see these days being drafted early in the draft because he's a bigger wide receiver and he makes his money winning at the catch point, boxing out wide receivers, using his hands, where now it's more about the separators, the size adjusted athleticism, the quickness. But again, with his size and his speed, his ability to box out, use his hands, his body control, he can really make his money with Josh Allen because he can get downfield. He can win one-on-one situations with a DB, a safety, whatever. Rise up, make the play. Josh Allen's going to step back there and heave it up. He is an upgrade definitely over Gabe Davis. He is a better wide receiver than Gabe Davis off the rip, and he has room to develop and become better. This team is transitioning, developing at the wide receiver spot. Lost Stefon Diggs and Gabe Davis. So, he's going to get a lot of opportunity to prove himself. They're coaching him up. You look at the coaches, they're all around him. They are all around him. In his ear, saying sweet nothings, trying to get him ready. Trying to get him acclimated as fast as possible because they need to. They got a lot of work to do with the wide receiver depth chart. And Josh Allen needs him to develop fast. He's not there for a slow ride to development. He's there to rapidly get better because they need him to step it up now and become a key piece of the offense. Right now, as a rookie, they need him to start producing. They need him to exceed expectations. They need him to be the next big thing. If that happens, if he does exceed expectations and shows you more than what a rookie usually does, this team's going to be all right. This team's going to flow downfield. He is a big-time playmaker downfield. A playmaker that Josh Allen desperately needed. This is going to be a transition for Josh Allen because they're going to start bringing in receiving weapons every offseason until that depth chart is loaded at wide receiver. Keon Coleman, though, this is the right fit for him. This is the right place for him. This is where he needed to be. he needed to be with a guy like Josh Allen. Josh Allen's like the perfect quarterback. If you went to the Cowboys and was paired with Dak Prescott is too conservative for a guy like Keon Coleman. He needs a quarterback that's willing and that has the guts to throw it in there when he's contested, when there's coverage on him, because he can rise up and make the plays strong at the catch point. Josh Allen's the perfect quarterback. He's gutsy. He's got a lot of balls on him. I think Coleman's going to do well with Buffalo as long as he keeps developing, working hard, getting better. He's going to do well there. He's going to carve out a role. He's going to be something with the Buffalo Bills. I think this is a good get. I think this is great for all parties. Josh Allen, the Bills, Coleman. I think there's a lot of upside here. For fantasy football, a lot of people are here for the fantasy football takes. If anything, during his first couple years or first year and a half or so, maybe volatile as he feels out the game, as he develops. And then once things clicks, I imagine he's going to be very relevant in fantasy. He's going to be very productive. Might be a very volatile option. Volatile means there's going to be some upside weeks because they're going to use him to get downfield. They're going to be stretching it to him downfield. And if you bring in a couple passes, you're going to score some big weeks in fantasy. That's just how that works. And there's also downsides to that because if the targets miss, the coverage locks up or whatever downfield because they're higher acuity targets. Higher acuity targets means they're tougher to bring in, but they're deeper downfield. Those targets are going to score money in fantasy football one way or another, either with a lot of yards, touchdowns, but that's just how it works. And with him being a rookie, once things clicks, though, he will be productive. He will be very relevant for fantasy football purposes. For redraft, you're looking at him as a gamble, a chip on the back end of your roster, and you're just holding on tight like we say a lot about these rookies and young players. For Dynasty, people are drafting him up. It really depends on your league because sometimes he goes very high in the first round, like middle of the first. Sometimes he falls to the early second. It's all over the place. But again, what I see here, early on, probably some volatility until it clicks, and then it's really going to start humming. I mean, the downside's always there with any young player, even the top guys with Malik Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr., that's just always going to be there. But honestly, if you're on the field, running routes, seeing targets, I see volatility until it clicks, and then after that, you're going to be very relevant in fantasy, and that's really how things kind of project. And then, of course, the downside like injuries and all that stuff, but that's kind of baked in there. That's kind of obvious. But this is the best spot for Coleman right now. This is the best quarterback to be paired with. I like him a lot here. He's got good ball skills. I think this is going to be great for Josh Allen. I think the Bills landed a good wide receiver at a good price tag. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video.